Welcome to King Says So, a channel that advocates for one Africa, one land, one Africa, one language, one Africa, one currency, one Africa, one army. I wish to witness Africans all around the world united as one in our lifetime. Enjoy. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy King053, Mr. Easy Imali Nengi, and we're back at it again with another one. Guys, just want to thank everyone subscribing from all around the country. We are international now. I would appreciate it if you go in the comment section and tell me, King, I'm so and so watching you from this country or from this city, so I can give you a shout out, a special shout out to you, because I'm getting views from everywhere in the world. So it's difficult to name the countries one by one. So wherever you are watching me from, just type King. I'm watching you from Ghana, UK, wherever you are. Just I'll give you a special shout out to you directly on my next video. That's tomorrow. So thank you so much, guys. Let's jump into this thing of the EFF, because I thought, like, really, I thought, yeah, we're going to cover this thing of the Springboks and just cover it and let it pass and move on to more serious issues. But looks like obviously the media loves this type of feuds that where political parties are fighting. This is what sells news. News bad news sell fast. Fights sell fast, arguments sell fast, and everything. So they brought in Gayton Mckenzie to weigh in on what he thought about, first of all, the change of this Springbok emblem and everything that Julius Malema said. So he dropped his thoughts. Let's just quickly listen to what Gayton Mckenzie said.
What would be so wrong to call for a change of the Springbok as a symbol?
No, I think we must be honest when we deal with these matters. The roads and the airports and all the things that you are mentioning now, there's never been an agreement that we will not change it. Never. While the Springboks, to start with, there was meetings held by our leaders of yesteryear. Nelson Mandela was leading the discussion. They robustly debated, and a compromise was reached in those meetings. When Nelson Mandela came back and he said to us, guys, we as leaders have agreed that we will not change the name of the Springbok. That's Nelson Mandela. No, I don't want a man that agrees to something today and then change his mind tomorrow. This debate has been up. I remember it was Butani Kompela from the ANC that mentioned this in Parliament, and Nelson Mandela, the great Nelson Mandela, intervened, and we agreed we're going to keep the Springboks. And now today, because somebody wants to be popular, we must now change something that we've agreed on. There's so many things we've agreed on, like the national anthem. We've agreed as a country that we will keep a part of the stem, and we will include a new, the first part, and we'll also include the that part of the stem. Yeah. Now, we can't come today, and that's what the EFF does. They don't want to sing that part. Yeah. Once you've agreed to something, you must stick to it. This is a democracy of compromise. We've compromised. Both sides have compromised, and we agree to that. People saying, yeah, no, white people don't support Bafana. Who will support the losing team? Bafana must go to the World Cup final so they can see what they support. Now we must support. You can't compare support of the Rugby World Cup, people that have reached the pinnacle of the sport that they are in, to people that can't even reach the thing. Now you want to compare. It's just a very ridiculous comparison. When Bafana can go and play the Soccer World Cup and not be knocked out in, they don't even make the World Cup, but let's say they make the World Cup and they go to the finals. I think the country will be equally. But now we're just looking for a reason to pick on this team. How does the players feel?
Yeah, the issue with political politicians in particular, they think we forget what they said previously, and they don't fully think when they talk. Some of them. And let me, before I say anything else, I like what Gayton Mckenzie is doing for colored people in South Africa. What I don't like about the Patriot Alliance is that they trying to separate themselves from blacks. They refusing to identify as black. You understand? Anywhere else in the world, you take a colored person, you take them to Europe, you take them to the US, you take them to Asia, they are black. You remember Steve Harvey said it. Let me just hoy in that clip of Steve Harvey here.
Want to come to America. This ain't what you think it is. They don't shoot you in Africa. I said, man, y'all sure y'all want to come over here? Because you all don't understand that. And then when you're in South Africa, you hear about the difference between the blacks and the coloreds. I said, well, let me help you out with that. You come to America, your ass is black. You can call them coloreds over here if you want to, and you can call them black. But you come to the United States, your ass is finna be black.
So colored people are black people. Let's not get that one confused. Some of them, they say, no, I'm not black, I'm Khoi. Khoi people, San people are black people. The Nama people are black people. Let's stop separating them as if they are alien people, the first people of South Africa. They are black people. Okay? Gayton Mckenzie speaks about this agreement of not changing the Springbok name and logo was agreed by Abu Mandela and all of them. Guys, are we going to be held captive because of what Abu Mandela agreed in Codesa negotiation and everything? Because clearly what they were negotiating there, they were negotiating rubbish. Because 1994, we did not get any land back. We did not get any economical power back. We did not get any minerals back. We got nothing back. So according to Gayton Mckenzie's thinking and his logic, when you agree to something, you must stick to it. I mean, how can that even make sense? So we must stick to what our great-great-great-grandparents did. Our great-great-great-parents were suffering and they were thinking for survival. That's some of the decisions they were making. It was because of it was hard to survive. They had to change their names into Afrikaner names. Gayton Mckenzie is a product of such people who suffered, half colored, half Sotho. And when we go back to this colored people's race, it was white people raping our African sisters, our booty delicious Xhosa ladies, raping them, and they were giving birth to these children that different hair texture and everything, and then this colored nation came about. That is the truth. It's not something that is nice to say, but that is the bottom truth. You can't say when you have agreed on something, you can't change it. But he is the one that wants to change the public health bill, because he says he wants to switch off machines for foreigners. But the public health bill says, listen, the health sector must assist everyone who is within the borders of South Africa. That's why our poor Zimbabwean brothers and sisters will run from Zimbabwe to come and give birth here in South Africa, even though they won't get their children citizenship from here, because your citizenship is for where your mother comes from or something like that. So they will go back to Zimbabwe with their children, but at least they gave birth in hospital. You understand? South Africa is helping the other countries, our neighbor countries, who lack in terms of the health sector in their countries. So if we have agreed with that, Gayton Mckenzie wants to change it, but the things that Mandela agreed with, we can't change them. I mean, what type of nonsense is that? What type of rubbish is that? And we have to. There has to come a time where we have a deeper conversation about the STEM, the former apartheid national anthem of South Africa that did not include any of the South African languages of any of the indigenous people in their national anthem. From their national anthem, when we South Africa moved into democracy, we put in our languages, but we kept a part of that old apartheid national anthem. So for some of you, it's not a problem, King. So what? You understand? But the issue is, if white people, and not fully African, white people amount to 7% of the population, then why are we not including the other languages? Things like that must come into place. And South Africans, stop being offended when people raise issues. Debate people intellectually and put your point across. There is a point that was put across to say, listen, we don't want to change the Springbok emblem itself. The Springbok is an animal. It's not a sign of apartheid, or like a name, for example, Paul Kruger, Pretoria, Johannesburg, and Kimberley, those type of names of our oppressors. A Springbok is an animal. And the debate has been ongoing. And I said back, I'm like, okay, I can hear the point. I can see where you're going. So if we're in a negotiation table, maybe I'll give in to that, because we need, in a negotiation, you get some, you lose some. You understand? So, but this name comes from the old apartheid, man. Let's change it, man. The other said, no, let's not change it, and then we vote and whatever. But our future generation might feel, no, we want to change the name of the Springbok. They cannot say no, but the Springbok thing was agreed upon by our great-great-great-grandfathers, Mandela, so we're not changing. No, they have all the right, and we have all the right. Should the EFF take power, they have all the right to change those names. We cannot. You are telling me about Mandela. You're saying we must now go back to the negotiations agreements that Mandela had with the apartheid government. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. And let's now quickly listen to him speaking about the Springbok national team passing there by Johan Rupert's farm.
Let's talk then about the other issue that is being criticized, allegedly the visit by the Springbok team to a private farm of Johan Rupert, saying that in itself, it's a point of division for many to say, well, we want to claim this victory and the Springboks as ours, but why would they want to go to one man's farm who obviously is a symbol of capital and associated with a lot of the economic hardship others are saying that black people are facing?
Let me just tell you straight up, I don't like Rupert. Let me start there. I don't like that man. I have no time for that man. But he is very involved in sport. We must be honest. I can show you the Laureus Awards. He started with Nelson Mandela. He's deeply, when I was in the World Cup in 2007, I was in Paris. And I even saw the influence he has when it comes to sport. So I just think that he's not somebody that just woke up today and said, come to my farm. The guys were there. The guys want to go out. And I think he just invited them over. And if you are involved in sport as deeply as I am, I love sport. And I can tell you, I've had many soccer teams over coming to our nightclub. I've had people coming to. So I'm not thinking, I think it's not such a big thing for people to come over. These are boys that say, listen, we're going to go drink some wine there, going to be together. I mean, he helps them financially. There's a lot of rugby players that after rugby, they get helped by things like the South African rugby legends. I once was with them in Argentina, Then in London, when they were there, that time I was in London, and I went with them to some business people in Argentina where they were having, even Tony Leon invited them when we were in Argentina. Say, guys, come on, let's have a drink here or whatever. So I don't think he was saying, you have to be here now. He's very involved in sport and very involved in the afterlife of it. And I want to tell you that I don't like the guy. But I'm going to say to you that he's very involved in sport. And a lot of these rugby players and soccer players, they will not admit their career is very short. And as the career is short, afterwards they get jobs from these people, they build networks. And the guy must think about what's going to happen now, Sia and them and all those guys, Pollard and them that are going out.
Yeah.
And if you get an invite from the richest guy in the country, you go.
Yeah.
That's how the world works. We must not lie about it.
Yeah, for me, it's difficult to wake you black people up. It's difficult to wake black people up. And I understand the task that we have in hand. Like, it took years for the white system, oppressive system, to sleep your conscience. We're trying to resurrect a conscience that is buried for many years. Channels like myself are trying so hard to say, even when something is purely wrong and disrespectful, Africans don't see it. I'm saying to you guys, if on the official trip tour of the Springbok, they showed us that, listen, we're going to pass at Johan Rupert's farm because Johan Rupert has given us 10 million for the Springbok national team, has been assisting us, whatever. The way in which Gayton Mckenzie is talking. If they did that, we are going to fight, but fight differently. Going to fight when I have a problem with it, but the problem was not going to be much like when people don't communicate their moves. So it looks like they did that behind the backs of South Africans. They knew they cannot announce that because they knew people will have a problem against it. That is why they did it. And now this thing of saying, now this person gives us money, so it's not such a bad thing. I used to have clubs coming to our night. Don't compare yourself with Johan Rupert. It's like we are in an abusive relationship where we've been beaten up all the time, but because in our abusive relationship we've been fed food, we're like, but at least he's giving us food. People who are in an abusive relationship, and you're like, my sister, why are you not leaving? Or my brother, why are you not leaving? At least they're giving us food. At least they're giving us funding for the national team. Yes, he's racist, but at least he's assisting the national team. Those type of things. It makes me sick when I hear a black person reasoning like this. Like, for some of us, it's like, it's fine, let me starve. Let me go die in the streets. Those slaves that jumped off the ship, the slave ships, there's like, you're not going to enslave me. I rather die than you enslaving me. Those type of slaves. That's the cloth that we are cut from, not you slaves that like negotiating rubbish. It is wrong for the national team to go unannounced, hide the pictures, try to hide everything from us to Johan Rupert's farm on a national tour of the national team. It is wrong. I don't care how you look at it. You can try to dumb it down and try to water it down the way you can, but it is wrong because they did not go to 5 provinces, but they managed to go to one man's farm. It is wrong. Why are we debating this thing? Man, you guys are making me sick, man. You guys know, man, I'm still young, man. You can't put such
such pressure on me, man. Please, man. Let's debate serious thing like about this term, removing about this term, changing street names and all that. Let's not debate this one, please, Africans, man. Please, Africans, can we not debate this on? It is wrong. I know the ANC is not going to do anything because Johan Rupert is actually the president of South Africa, and Johan Rupert is probably going to leave the country with all of his companies if EFF wins the elections next year. But I'm telling you guys, no, man, let's stop debating these small things, man. Let's stop debating these small things. Please, man. It's wrong what the Springbok team did. It's wrong. Full stop. Can we agree on that? Can we type it's wrong on the comment section? If you agree with me, say, King, this thing is wrong, type it on the comment section, please. And I love you guys so much. You know, if you haven't already, please consider to subscribe. Leave your thoughts on the comment section. Type it is wrong, King. Oxalayo, it is wrong on the comment section. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. And after you pray, stand up, do your best so that God can do the rest. I salute you.